What responsibility does the DM have to help his players make the most of their characters?
This is a great question, and I think that there's a particular type of nuance that we ought to consider when thinking about this as well, because depending on the type of player you are or the type of GM you are, I think that there are certain people that look at certain things within D&D or all games and will categorize some things as useless and some things as like required, like you have to have them because they're so powerful. Like if Silvery Barbs isn't banned at your table, why would nobody have it, right? Something like Counterspell is so good. Haste, Hypnotic Pattern, these are all extremely powerful spells. And then you might look at something like, I forget what the name of it is off the top of my head, but there's the feat that like gives you additional languages that in most cases probably aren't going to come up, right? But I also think that there are a lot of what we might consider, or what some people might consider like useless spells or feats or abilities that thematically seem really cool and might fit in with your character really, really well. So I do think that yes, there is a certain level of responsibility that we as GMs probably have, especially with newer players who have a lot more options. Wizards, for example, clerics, druids, those are like a lot of different spells, to make sure that players understand. For example, if you're playing in something like Strahd, using holy magic, radiant magic, being able to like speak with dead, stuff like that is obviously very, very valuable. If you're playing a game where, undead or zombies or even dying isn't really that much of a risk, even for the common people, someone having speak with dead prepared, probably not necessarily a smart choice. However, if the player's thinking is, well, guess what? A lot of people don't necessarily die, but when they do, it's a big deal, and wouldn't being able to speak to the corpse be a good idea? So I also think that there is some responsibility on the dungeon master, not just to know and educate and expect your players to change what they have, but to also plan and cater to your players so that they do get to use what it is that they've prepared. Whatever they've chosen, there must be something about it that they think is cool or that excites them about it. And imagine you're playing a video game, right? You usually build your character in a certain way that you're going to have fun and to deal with situations and encounters in a specific way. D&D is no different, and as a DM, if you are making choices that don't give your players a chance to use the skills that they've utilized, cultivated, and chosen to have fun with, you can also improve as a DM in that space.